So today we're going to do 9.3, which is all about ordering rational numbers. So remember, a number line is a helpful tool to order a set of rational numbers from greatest, on the right, to least, on the left. So if you order from greatest to least, you read from the right to the left, and from least to greatest, you read from the left to the right. You can draw it or use a number line when you are asked to order a group of rational numbers.
Order -5, 2 1/10, 75 hundredths, and -1/2 from least to greatest.
So I know the number up here that is the least is -5, because that would be the same as saying -5.0 or -$5 maybe. Okay, so that will be my least. Go and fill this out in your notes. After that, I have three numbers, and only one is negative. So I know then that -1/2 or -0.5, because that's 1/2, will go next. And after that, I have either 75 hundredths or 2 1/10. So I know that 75 cents will go next, and then $2.10 is after that. Here is your answers. And notice how they then do left to right on the number line. -5, -1/2, 75 hundredths, and 2 1/10.
Order 6 8/10, -3, -15 sevenths, and -22 hundredths from greatest to least.
So again, think about it this way, okay? I'm going to circle my negative numbers, okay? And then I'm going to draw a number line. So if it's greatest to least, I'm going to plot all these on my number line, and I'm going to read them from right to left. Go and try this on your own. I will check it in your notes tomorrow. And I'm going to move on. Go ahead and freeze if you need to.
The table shows possible elevations, expressed as rational numbers relative to sea level, of 4 ocean animals. Order those animals swimming deeper than 1 kilometer, from least depth to greatest depth. Explain your reasoning.
You can think of depth as a distance, the distance from sea level. And sea level is like 0 on the number line. Remember the method you've used before to find the distance from 0 on a number line? Remember absolute value?
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and try reloading this here. So they want us to rank these from least to greatest. Well, I know looking at these are all negative numbers. So I'm going to draw this right here. And I'm going to call this 0, where I know that this is going to be sea level. So if they're diving, I'm going to look at these numbers. Well, I notice that this is a fraction and this is a fraction. So I know that those will be somewhere in between 0 and -1. Okay, and then I'm going to put -2 right here. Well, what do you notice about these numbers? So if these two are going to go in here, I have one number at 2 1/4. So 2 1/4, or -2 1/4. So I'm going to put this right here. Okay. So I know that this will be the greatest, which means if they want me to do least to greatest, my greatest will be number 4, okay, followed by, well, I have 1 19 hundredths. That's somewhere in here, -1.19, okay, and then I have these two fractions. Well, I know 3/10 is the same as saying 30 cents or 3/10. And this is one of those common fractions we should all know automatically. And it's 0.66 repeating. So which one is greater? 0.66 repeating or 0.3? Well, I know that -2/3, ooh, that is a horrible 2, is next. So we have 4, 3. This one would be 2. And the number closest to the water or sea level will be -3/10. So least to greatest will read the following. Okay, deeper than 1 kilometer means moving absolute value greater than 1 kilometer. The two animals with elevations that have absolute values greater than 1 are the gulper eel with negative 1.19 kilometers and the fin-fan angelfish at negative 2 1/4 kilometers. So they find the absolute value of both of those, and then they want you to compare them. Okay, so we already ordered from least to greatest, but they want you to compare the top two. Well, I know that the fin angel hair dove deeper, greater than the gulper eel. So the absolute values from least to greatest are negative 1 and 1/19 and negative 2 1/4. So go ahead and put this in your notes along with ordering from least to greatest.
Now, use the table to order those animals swimming at depths less than 1 kilometer, from greatest depth to least depth. Explain your reasoning.
So this one should be kind of easy because we just did least to greatest. So think about what we have to do in order to get the opposite answer. Okay? Go ahead and put from greatest to least in your notes. Order these and then go on to part 3 with me.
Accountants use parentheses as negative signs. For example, $209 in parentheses means negative $209. Whenever you see an accounting number in parentheses, you can write it as a negative number, showing a loss or negative balance. Outside of accounting, however, you should not interpret a number in parentheses to be a negative number.
Accountants create income statements that show how much money a business earns or loses based on sales and expenses.
So they want us to use rational numbers to write an expression that compares. So compares will mean either greater than or less than an income of $41.16 and $14.61. So remember, an accountant uses these parentheses as negative signs. So what symbol should go inside of here? Well, I know that negative 1461 is farther on the right on the number line. So my Pac-Man is going to eat the bigger number.
Which expression says that an account balance of negative $18.18 is less than an account balance of $18.18?
Okay, go ahead and try this one on your own. When you are done, circle the correct answer. Okay, and then
Anderson, please come to the main office.
you may start what is next.
Please come to the office.